NYCHA faces a $17 billion deficit in unmet major capital repairs. And as a part of the 10-year Next Generation NYCHA plan and Mayor de Blasio's affordable housing plan, Wyckoff Gardens has been chosen as one of the sites for infill development.
Infill is NYCHA using quote-unquote underutilized land to create more development so that they can generate revenue for, a system that is significantly historically underfunded.
Wyckoff Gardens is a housing development that sits in the Borum Hill/Gowanus area, and it was chosen as a part of NYCHA's Next Generation Plan as one of the sites to be leased to private developers. The idea around choosing Wyckoff Gardens was because it sits in a neighborhood that has already been heavily gentrified, and the idea is that building market rate housing on that site would generate the most revenue.
How can you just build a tower in the middle of a public housing development? What's the effects that that's going to have on the children and the people that live in public housing? How is that going to work?
Buildings are crumbling. There's a lot of capital repairs that need to happen. Roofing repairs are a major issue that leads to flooding and very wide sweeping mold issue within public housing.
It seems that Mayor de Blasio, you're still creating two cities. NYCHA would in effect be two cities. You'll have a more luxurious building for new people coming in, and then us still dealing with the amenities that we have. I don't hear any guarantees of any restructuring in terms of NYCHA, in terms of how they deal with money.
If anyone is cynical about the history, I don't blame you.
Because of a long history of NYCHA not being very transparent in their dealings, residents are naturally suspicious of what this plan means. A lot of them have voiced the concern that building market rate housing on their development is just another tactic for moving them out and displacing them as residents.
Other people may come here and try to take from us, but we have built our lives here, our grandparents, our children. We're trying to make something for them, and now you have the audacity to step on our grounds and say they no longer belong to us.
Resident engagement around the current infill proposal began in September, and after 2 months of frustration with questions and concerns going unanswered, residents have demanded that NYCHA change their strategy of engagement.
What the tenants have been saying loud and clear is that they need to have a role in this.
Before you can make a decision, you need to know more financial information, and NYCHA does not give that.
Today, I am releasing an audit which reveals that our city's public housing authority is failing its tenants and failing our city when it comes to maintenance and repairs. The findings are shocking.
If one of the biggest problems we're having is NYCHA and the misappropriation of funds, why is it that we keep asking the government to put more money into NYCHA?
Just because you say you're raising money to take care of our needs, you got to take care of the needs currently with the money that we have to show good faith. Because if we are waiting for you to give us some money later, I don't trust that is going to work that way. I really don't.
The fact that there are 600,000 residents living in public housing, there is a massive untapped power base to change the system. The challenge is organizing that power base and actually empowering them with the ability to use their power, their voting power, to change the regulations and to change the laws.
We're here in solidarity with Wyckoff Garden residents to say stop the infill. The residents are up in arms throughout the 5 boroughs. We do not want privatization of our public lands. You found $26 billion for the MTA. You did not make them give up any railroads, trains, or staff for that money. We believe that the city can find that money through other means.
With the Next Gen program, we know that NYCHA is in a deficit. We understand that. But is there other ways we can look at to bring money into the city itself and into NYCHA?
The honest answer is that, no, we don't actually know of a lot of ways to make money that we haven't found. I'm sure at any given moment someone might find us a specific thing that's real and helpful. But if you say big picture, are there things that can replace the kind of sheer amount of money we're talking about here? No, we do not believe there is. We do not believe there is.
Brooklyn right now is serving as the pilot for how NYCHA addresses their infill projects citywide. And so right now all eyes are on Brooklyn to see how the community and NYCHA works together to come up with a plan that benefits the residents of public housing.
Together we stand! Together we stand!